When it comes to chess, Tony Adewumi is among the best. He's only 8 years old, but he's already beaten almost every opponent he's faced. But despite his extraordinary talent for annihilating foes, Tony was about to face his strongest opponent, yet Hikaru, a 5-time US world champion and Twitch streamer. Though Tony has faced other Twitch streamers, Hikaru is much more dangerous as he is considered one of the best chess players in the world. Welcome back to our channel. Before we proceed to the game, do subscribe to our channel if you want to stay up to date with the chess world. Now back to the game. The first thing that Tony does is move his pawn to e4, which is a move he has seen countless times, and is very familiar with. Hikaru's response consists of a pull into c5, taking the Sicilian defense position, and after playing a couple of moves that developed the position, the game settles into a position that is fairly standard with Tony's knights on c3 and d4, and Hikaru's knights on c6 and f6 with his bishop on g7, eyeing the diagonal before playing bishop c4. Tony engages in some internal deliberation and gets ready to nullify his opponents. Kingside, Hikaru places a castle, and Tony retreats his bishop, prompting Hikaru to launch an attack with his knight. a5 here. Hikaru and Tony are on an even playing field, with Tony holding a slight advantage. This situation will not persist for very long, however, after attacking Hikaru's bishop on h6. Tony moves his queen forward 1 square in preparation for a possible exchange with it. In this situation, Hikaru decides to look for an attack of his own and moves his pawn to b5. Tony has the opportunity to castle here, but instead he moves his pawn to f3, protecting the one on e4, but making the king's position a little more precarious. It's a good thing for Tony that Hikaru continues to play a huge mistake here after trading the bishops and knights. Tony plays e5, which enables them to win a pawn for his side. Tony makes the decision to take the pawn on b5, and after Hikaru trades the bishop for the knight on b3, Hikaru makes yet another error in judgment. Knight e4. Well, this move doesn't look too bad, as after check it winds back material and the position will end up with Tony in a better position after pawn to g3, which will force a trade and win a pawn for him. Unfortunately for Tony, he doesn't find this, and instead plays his knight f2, which enables Hikaru to attack Tony's queen and force it to move. This victory would have been Tony's had he found it. Trying to hold on in the hopes of beating Hikaru on the clock as the game continues, Hikaru continues the game by playing rook c2, which threatens checkmate in 2 on f2. Tony defends against this threat by playing knight e4, but unfortunately Hikaru is too quick and too powerful, and after following up with an attack on Tony's queen, Tony decides to give up his queen for a trade. Following the exchange of a few of the final pieces, Hikaru begins suffocating Tony, and after chasing down Tony's knight, the professional streamer ends the game with a brutal rook checkmate. Tony suffered a crushing defeat in this game, but he was able to come back and defeat Hikaru on 2 separate occasions. In the years that followed, one of those victories was a decisive triumph in which he checked his opponent's queen with his own, and then captured her with the rook move. Tony's game is improving all the time, and although Hikaru is still the better player, Tony has high hopes that one day he will be able to win the world championship. I hope you found this analysis interesting. Would you be so kind to leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this on your feed? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.